When Occupy Wall Street happened, I looked at all of these students and other people holding up signs that said the 1% should be paying more. They're interested in redistribution from the very rich in the United States to people who have less money.
What are you driving? They don't have a car!
And that's certainly a serious problem, and it's something that we need to think about. What occurred to me right away was that young people today should be much more concerned about intergenerational redistribution. Some generations have gotten a lot more from the government than they had to pay for, and some generations are going to have to pay a lot more to the government than they will get back in benefits. Some generations will just have to pay for other generations' benefits, and it's almost like some generations were on welfare and other generations were enslaved by them. And there are a lot of generations who are over 65 or 75 or 85. Their generations actually spent about 15 to 20% more of their lifetime incomes they got from the government than they paid. And young people will have to really do the reverse. And that's simply because someone eventually has to pay for all of the benefits that have been received. I think this is an incredibly serious problem for the United States. If you're a young person today, what you're facing is a future where you know that you're going to keep paying taxes and keep paying taxes and keep paying taxes for benefits that have already been enjoyed.
How much money have I given you?
And I think that's a hard future. The most important thing that we need to do is change healthcare so that healthcare costs don't keep going up, because healthcare is the single biggest source of the problem. But it's also the case that we do need to reform Social Security. And one way we could do that is by raising the retirement age, because people are living a lot longer than they used to live before. I don't think young people have much of an awareness of the fact that the longer we put off doing something about these problems, the bigger the redistribution they will have had to do to previous generations. It's something I wish every young person thought about. I think it would change the way they think about politics, what they care about getting out of their politicians. They ought to be talking about this, but instead they often think that's really far from the future of Social Security and Medicare. I don't really care about those programs now, but they ought to.